欢迎来到世界儿童故事集5分钟环游篇 Welcome to World Children's Story Around the World 今天我们要去英国听一个关于爱与善良的故事 Today's story comes from United Kingdom It's called The Happy Prince 在城市的中央矗立着一座镀金的王子雕像，他生前从未见过人间的苦难，但在高处，他看见了穷人、孩子的泪水。一只燕子飞来，成了他唯一的朋友，他们一起做了一件温暖世界的事。High above the city, on a tall column, stood the statue of the Happy Prince.He was covered in gold, with sapphire eyes and a ruby on his sword. When he was alive, he had never known sadness. I live in a palace, he thought, and sorrow was not allowed to enter. But now from his high place,He could see all the pain in the city below, the hungry children, the poor mothers, and cold, dark streets. One evening, a little swallow flew beneath him to rest before his long journey south. A drop of water fell on her head. She looked up and saw,The Happy Prince was crying. Why are you crying? Asked the swallow. When I was alive, said the prince, I never saw sorrow. But now I see how much suffering there is. Will you help me bring a little happiness? The swallow agreed.The prince said, Take the ruby from my sword to that poor woman below. Her child is sick and hungry. The swallow took the ruby and flew away. Next day, the prince asked again, Take one sapphire from my eye to that young man who dreams to finishing his book,but has no fire to keep warm. The swallow did as he was told, though the wind grew colder. Finally, the prince gave away his other sapphire and all the gold from his body, until he shone only with love, not with jewels. Winter came. The swallow could not fly anymore.I will stay with you, she whispered. I'm not afraid of cold. Then you will stay with me forever, said the prince. The next morning, the swallow lay still at the prince's feet. The townspeople found the statue dull and gray. They melted it down.But the heart of the lid did not melt. They threw it onto a rubbish heap beside the little bird. But in heaven, 2 angels said, Bring us the 2 most precious things in the city. And they brought the heart of the happy prince and the dead swallow.True beauty is not in gold or jewels, but in a heart that gives and a friend who stays. 这就是今天的故事。That's today's story from World Children's Story Around the World. 希望你喜欢今天的旅程。Hope you enjoy this little journey around the world. 我们下次再见。一起去听新的故事。See you next time for another adventure.